the last few weeks we have been building the footings, the brickwork, the woodwork and even felt and battering. Now it's time for us to focus on the roof.
Unfortunately our mic broke while filming these clips, so basically it's been a few weeks since we put the porch up and we've had the floors put in as well. So the next step was to get the plywood, rubber and internal outlet on the roof and get it watertight.
So we're going for rubber on the flat roof, guys. We've got all the kit from Principality Plastics in Cardiff. So we're going for rubber, similar to the extension roof, but we're going for an internal outlet rather than a through wall outlet. So we're going to have an upstand. This is going to drop through the flat roof, down the wall and out through the side. And just like the extension, on the parapet at the front we're going to use this aluminium capping so it all matches.
The RAL colour for this is 7016 Anthracite Grey.
Enough chit chat, let's get on with it.
So this outlet's a little bit too wide on the corners where I want to get it right into the corner and neat. So I'm just going to trim it down so it's 50mm out and then the rest can stay as is.
Right guys, so the first bit I'm going to be cutting is this flat section across here that runs all the way across. We're going to put some packers in to give it a fall to the outlet and we can work on the upstands after that.
To do this flat roof we have 18mm plywood.
So I'm just marking out where the outlets go in. I've allowed 20mm for the upstand to drop there. It's going to back right onto the fascia here, and that is going to be my centre. So I'm just going to core a hole now big enough for this to go through. So guys, we've cut our outlet. I made a little recess for this taper edge under here. I've also dropped it down about 5mm to allow for the 2mm rubber, this 2mm outlet, and then another 2mm on top. And we're going to put a fall in so all the water should fall over, step over all the flashing straight through the outlet. So the rubber goes in first and we just cut a little hole through. We place this in and seal it down to the top of the rubber, and that'll go onto there. I'll put a little bead around the edges and then put my flashing over the top and then a bead around the flashing as well. So let's get outside and get this fitted. Right, so all the ply is done now, as you've seen on the GoPro. All I need to do now is cut this rubber to length. It's 3 meters long. I don't need it that long, so I'm going to cut it a bit more to a size I can handle a bit better. So all I'm going to do is measure roughly the width, cut it, and then we can take it up, fold it and put it in place. So I know I've got 900 width for the inside, so I'm going to just mark that there. We've got 2 upstands at 150, which is 300mm, so that's there. And then we've got 2 bits to go over, which are 100mm each, which is another 200mm, so that's to there. And that gives us our overall width, which is 1500. And just to be safe, I'm going to add an extra 300mm on, just in case. Right guys, so all I've done is folded this sort of into the way it's going to go. So I've got a 200mm fold to the back, which is going to be up under the tiles, and then I've got about 500 where it's folded over, and then I've got excess folding back over, and the same for either ends. So when I go up on the ladders now, I can just fold this in half, take it up, plonk it down when the glue's on, fold her out, push it all into the corners, fold all the corners as needed, and then we should be good to stick it on all the upstands. So I've just got the glue on the roof, time to get the rubber on.
Right guys, so Reece just took the rubber up and then he's realised that he's cut the rubber too short. So he was meant to do
I went to 1900 and I did 900.
So now we need to put a join in there, which isn't the best, but we do have stuff here to do a join.
Right guys, so the rubber's all in. I've temporarily put this outlet in. If I just pop him out because I need to seal him with the elastite. So not put it in. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this primer all around here and on the bottom of this, and I'm also going to put a bead of this rubber EPDM mastic around the bottom of this. When I push it in, it oozes out the edge. I can wipe it off, push this in nice and tight, get it sealed, and then once that's sealed and stuck, I can then put this uncured flashing over and get it all watertight. And you notice that's where I've done the drop in the plywood, so when the water comes in, it actually falls out through the outlet. Whee! Right, so the outlet is in. All this is primed. I'm just waiting for it to tack off before we stick this uncured rubber on. This is going to be a hell of a job because it's right under that tile, and I guarantee I'll end up tacking it in the wrong place and we're going to have some form of a lump. We'll give it a go and see where we get to. So that's the outlet in. As you can see all the way through. What I've done is I used the bottom of this and I stretched the rubber all the way in and then just cut the excess off. So that's lipped right inside there now. Oh god, getting adhesive all over me. But yeah, I'm going to give this a good rolling out now. Seal the edges all the way around, and then that should pretty much be good and watertight. And I'm just going to seal that joint in the middle as well. So this is my last tube of EPDM rubber mastic, and the nozzle just snapped. It's all oozing out the side, so it's going to be a hell of a messy job now to seal all these edges, but I'm going to give it a good go. So there we have it guys. Certainly not pretty, but it should do the job. I'm going to get the capping on now, and that is the top of the parapet done, and then I just need to get the downpipe in. Hey, so we've got cute little clips this time instead of big chunky ones, and these are going to go over the parapet for the porch.
If any of you guys have been following us for a little while, you will have seen that we actually did the roof, but we had bigger capping, and we got this from a company called Stormguard, and we had it sprayed then to the right colour.
Right guys, so we encountered our first problem. Now we can look up there. The gutter's in the way for the capping. It only gives us about 10mm clearance for the cladding. So if worse comes to worse, I either got to chamfer my cladding on that side, or I'm going to have to grind the underside of the drip trim in the metal so my cladding can go up under. We weren't expecting this, but it's just one of those things.
As we are eventually having wood put on this porch, Reese is making sure with the cladding that he's got enough overhang so that when the wood goes on, it'll slide underneath the aluminium capping. So how you install this aluminium bracket is you've got this bracket here, and then you have this rubber that sits on the top, and then the top bit of the capping will hook over the top of this.
Because of the short span of the capping, unfortunately it wasn't flexible enough to get over the brackets, so I had to do some persuasion and bending and grinding to try and get them on.
Right guys, so on the capping on the back, they were about 500mm, they had plenty of play and flex in them. But these caps now, they're so tight to get in there, you literally need to get in at an angle like that and push them up on there. But as you can see, that's really tight, and with the corner we've got hardly any flex, so trying to get around 3 brackets on the corner is proven to be impossible. And as you can see, I'm gouging the inside, which is not too much of a problem because you won't see it, but I'm worried about smashing out all the paint on the front. So I'm a bit of an issue. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, and hopefully we'll get them on soon.
To get this corner piece on, I eventually had to grind about 5 to 10mm off the bracket just to make sure my capping could slide over.
Right guys, it's like 8 o'clock now, so I'm going to give up on the aluminium capping for today. We'll jump back on it tomorrow in the morning, but for now I'm going to do the internal outlet and the downpipe. Right, so this is the internal outlet. It's all fixed completely. All I need to do is trim it off to the right height, put a bit of 6 to 8mm pipe on, put my 2 bends in here. I'll probably fix it. Actually, I'm going to fix this side over here. It'll run down internally, and I'll put a shoe out through the wall, and then once we put the cladding on, it'll come out neatly just below the cladding. That goes in there. I'll go on there like so. I need another spouty. So guys, that's the downpipe in. As you can see, we've got 2 bends. We take it to the side and it just runs down and shoots back out. That's it for tonight, and if it does rain, it's sorted for not flooding our little porch. So we're back at it today to do the aluminium capping. Right guys, so this is the return piece which is going to go into that roof there. All I've done is cut up the sides, cut an extra length of like 70mm by there. I'm just going to fold it to the pitch of the roof, so then it should tuck up under all the flashing and tiles, so no water should go back up.
Right guys, so we have the two corners on now, and there's one corner, there's the other corner, and we're going to get the straight on now. Well, I say we, Reese. So when Reese is cutting this aluminium capping, he's just put some masking tape on so that he doesn't scratch the face of the aluminium.
So as you can see guys, we finished the aluminium capping, we finished the rubber, and we finished the internal outlet. All that's left to do is the external cladding.
Here is what the house looked like before we added the porch and after. We still need to clad the porch, replace the door and finish the floor, but that will be coming in a few months' time. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time.